SVR Reports, U.S. plans for a color revolution in Georgia amid election tensions. The United States is allegedly orchestrating a color revolution in Georgia, aimed at destabilizing the ruling Georgian Dream Party ahead of the upcoming parliamentary elections on October 26. This assertion comes from a recent statement issued by Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, SVR, which was reported by Izvestia on August 26. Mounting U.S. dissatisfaction. According to the SVR, the U.S. is deeply dissatisfied with the current trajectory of events in Georgia. Despite extensive efforts to consolidate opposition forces under Washington's influence, the various opposition groups remain fractured and their alliance is unstable. This fragmentation threatens the American strategy in the region, where a strong, unified opposition could challenge the Georgian Dream Party's hold on power. The SVR warns that the U.S. intends to intensify its pressure on the Georgian government, aiming to weaken Georgian Dream in the lead-up to the elections. The agency suggests that Washington fears the possibility of the current government receiving a strong mandate from the electorate, which could enable Georgia to continue pursuing a sovereign path that might reject Western demands perceived as conflicting with national interests. The statement describes this scenario as unacceptable to the White House. A playbook of pressure and sanctions. To undermine the ruling party, the SVR claims that the U.S. is prepared to deploy a tried-and-true toolkit that includes personal sanctions targeting the leadership of Georgian Dream, their families, and key financial backers. These measures are designed to create internal discord and weaken the party's electoral prospects, forcing it to either acquiesce to U.S. demands or face potential destabilization. Furthermore, the SVR alleges that the U.S. is funneling additional resources into local opposition youth groups, positioning them as the vanguard of post-election protests. These youth movements are expected to serve as the driving force behind any unrest that may erupt should the election results favor Georgian Dream. Georgia at a crossroads. The political climate in Georgia is increasingly tense as the elections approach. On August 19, Prime Minister Irakli Kobakic described the forthcoming parliamentary elections as a referendum between war and peace, framing the choice as one between Western propaganda and traditional Georgian values. He urged the electorate to choose peace, morality, and the bright future of the nation. With the ruling party's approval rating hovering around 60%, the stakes are high for both the Georgian government and its Western adversaries. Kobakic's rhetoric underscores the broader narrative of Georgia being at a critical juncture. The decision voters make in October could either solidify the country's current trajectory or push it toward increased alignment with Western powers, depending on the election's outcome. Strained U.S.-Georgia relations. Tensions between Tbilisi and Washington have been simmering for months. On August 11, Georgian Prime Minister expressed disappointment over the state of bilateral relations, emphasizing the need for the U.S. to take the first steps toward resetting ties. This followed Washington's decision on July 31 to suspend aid to Georgia over a controversial law on foreign agents. The suspension was part of a broader review of U.S.-Georgia relations, with Washington accusing the Georgian government of engaging in anti-democratic actions and false statements. A nation in the balance. As Georgia braces for its parliamentary elections, the specter of foreign interference looms large. The SVR's allegations, whether grounded in fact or not, highlight the deepening geopolitical rift surrounding Georgia's future. The upcoming elections are more than just a contest for political power, they are a battleground for the country's sovereignty, identity, and alignment in an increasingly polarized world. Whether Georgia will emerge from this period stronger and more unified, or whether it will succumb to external pressures and internal strife, remains to be seen.